Hey guys, Brandon Zerby here, and I am 30. Like, today is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Let's go! Let's go! So today I'm going to take a little different approach and detail the 5 different perspectives that I've acquired over 3 decades on this earth. That's 30 years, because I'm 30, and hopefully shed some light on what I've learned and what's allowed me to be so happy. Besides the fact that it's my birthday, and I'm 30. So, let's get into it! So one of the things I've changed my perspective on is money. Throughout high school and even early years of college, I was excited to become wealthy so that I could buy a Tesla, jet skis, and a mansion on the water. And I really thought these status symbols would lead towards happiness, but that just isn't the case. There's many rich people out there driving Lamborghinis to their 3rd house, wishing that an accident would just happen and end it all. And I'm not saying that money doesn't play any role in happiness, because it does, but it's certainly not the primary factor, and status symbols certainly don't play a factor. After college, I understood this a little bit better and saw money as a way to financial freedom, where I'd have enough money to live off of forever, and I could leave the workforce and the corporate rat race. Free from bosses, work schedules, and dress codes. Early retirement, a way that I could do whatever I want, whenever I want, without reporting to anyone. And while I still hold many of these beliefs, I now see money as a way to provide security and opportunity. Security as in not having to worry about if I get fired or the economy downturns, because I have a large emergency fund that's going to cover it. Security as in a way that money can relieve financial stress. An opportunity because money can be a tool to save time or capitalize investments or take advantage of chances that you wouldn't otherwise have. If I decide I want to open a gym or a plant-based eatery, I can do it. If I decide I want to help my sister grow her real estate business, I can do it. Money not only provides freedom, but it creates security and opportunities that I hadn't considered before. On the topic of status symbols, I think the search for external validation can be a dangerous one. As Gary Vee has said, so many people are spending money they don't have to buy things they don't need to impress people they don't even like.
People end up buying cars and houses and clothes that they can't afford to impress people that they don't even like. Is the great epidemic in our society.
And even now, I feel like I still have this strong desire to impress people. Maybe not necessarily with money, but with being a good person, doing the right things, or taking on challenging tasks. But I think my perspective has changed more over the years from seeking external validation to doing things that I'm proud of. For example, when I used to write blog posts, I was looking to help and inspire other people. And when people would praise my work, it would make me feel good about what I was doing. But then when I would receive negative comments, they definitely took a toll. And I think that can be a hard thing to separate. When you allow yourself to feel good when others are praising you, you naturally open yourself up to feel negative when others are criticizing you. So now I just try to create posts that I'm proud of. And if it helps out other people, that is awesome. But if it doesn't, then I like to understand why, but it's cool too. I'm just trying to do the best work I can, work that I'm proud of, and that internal validation is what makes me happy now. Another perspective that's changed for me is the Pat McAfee, how you doing? Keep it moving.
It's like a, hey, how you doing? Keep it moving type thing.
When things don't go as I planned or how I expected them, it used to bother me. For example, I used to drive the roads following all the laws while simultaneously being a police officer in my head, taking mental notes of anyone who didn't follow all the rules. Anybody who was speeding, didn't use their blinker, cut somebody off, those sort of things I would take mental note of, and it would bother me. There were times where I wouldn't let people merge in the lanes with me if they had passed the line earlier, because I thought I knew all the rules and it was my job to enforce the laws, but it's not. Quite frankly, I probably spent a lot of time ruminating over things that I just didn't have any control over, rather than searching for a solution or just relinquishing that worry. I mean, my perspective on how people should drive or eat or exercise or live their life has really no influence on what other people are going to end up doing. Everyone has their own perspective, priorities, and what they think is the right thing to do. And it's pointless for me to spend any time worrying about it. So I might joke about people eating dessert for breakfast every day or thinking that sleeping is for the dead, but you know what? It's cool. I'm going to keep it moving.
I mean, how you doing? Keep it moving.
Probably still going to eat my oatmeal. Probably still going to get my proper sleep. But that's cool. I'm going to keep it moving.
How's it going? Keep it moving.
And I think that plays well into my third perspective that's changed over the years, and that's trying to relinquish judgment of other people. You guys know I do my best to try to optimize all the aspects of my life for optimal health and happiness. And when I've found things that have worked, and they've been backed up by the scientific evidence, I would question and judge why other people aren't making the same decisions that I now am. Why aren't they choosing the healthy, whole foods, plant-based meal at the restaurant? Why are they binge watching 7 episodes of Netflix in a row? Why are they not working out every day? And all this time judging other people created isolation for me, where it became hard to connect with others because I was constantly judging what they were doing compared to what I was doing. And that can be a lonely headspace. But I think Naval Ravikant on the Joe Rogan podcast detailed this really well, and it resonated with me a few years ago.
But also just your everyday experience of reality. If you're walking down the street and you're judging everyone, you're like, I don't like that person because their skin color. I don't like that. Oh, she's not attractive. That guy's fat. This person's a loser. Oh, who put this in my way? The more you judge, the more you're going to separate yourself, and you'll feel good for an instant because you'll feel good about yourself. I'm better than that. But then you're going to feel lonely. And then you're just going to see negativity everywhere. The world just reflects your own feelings back at you. Reality is neutral. Reality has no judgments. To a tree, there's no concept of right or wrong or good or bad.
And the last perspective change for me that I'm going to mention is understanding the halo effect, where you take one trait or characteristic and use that to make your complete judgment of a subject. If I see somebody wearing a Tom Brady jersey, then automatically I think that they're intelligent, nice, understand football really well, and I could probably connect with them on a deep level. But the reality is, they're just wearing a Tom Brady jersey. And this may be an indication of certain characteristics, or it could just be a cheap jersey that they picked up at the thrift shop because it was only $1. And there's nothing wrong with thrift shopping, but initially those traits or characteristics that we see that resonate with us can play an oversized role in how we view something in totality. And I don't want that halo effect to significantly distort my view on reality or the lens for which I view life. So here are my final thoughts. By no means do I embrace all these perspectives all the time, but I found these 5 perspectives frequenting my mental space much more now than they did years ago. Understanding that money doesn't buy happiness, but can be used as a tool to create security and opportunities. Prioritizing internal validation over external validation. Not worrying about things I can't control and just keep it moving. Attempting to relinquish my judgment on others, and understanding that the halo effect can significantly distort our view of reality. And these perspectives have allowed me to live healthier and happier at 30, because today's my birthday. Let's go!
Let's go!